Don't you hear me? I maybe wasn't talking for a little while. Um, Looks to me like it's broadcasting, so hopefully it is broadcasting. I obviously don't ever have my sound on when I'm doing this because it screws the hell out of your thinking and speaking when you've got yourself speaking back to you in your ears from 3 minutes ago. It's not the most. It's a bit of a disconcerting experience, I have to say. So I tend to try to avoid having that happen. Whoa, sorry about that one, folks. We're going to fold our pair of queens there. The whole idea here is to get get my talking head on the screen, although I don't actually think it's going to, may not be working, actually. I'm not sure. I'll have to wait and see what it looks like when it actually comes up on the stream. Alrighty, so there we go. My animated head is up on the screen anyways, but it does not look like it is maintaining, or it's showing the full picture. It looks like it's just showing a static image. Let me make sure that this is supposed to be capturing the window. Well, I'll have to see when it actually pops up on the screen, whether it's actually doing the animation that I was hoping it would do or not. So a quick look at the Let's have a quick look at the standings now. I'm sitting in a third spot. There is 7 people left in the tournament. Gilly is sitting in 7th at the bottom. Tituan, who came into this final table with the biggest stack, that's sitting in 5th. Not a huge surprise to me, given what I observed early in the tournament about his play. But then again, he was top chip stack for the longest time, so who knows how it's going to end up going in the end. Yeah, it's kind of funny that I didn't notice that I was reflected in the webcam there for the longest time. But hey, there I am. Yes, it does not look like it's updating on the main stream either. I don't think. No, it does not look like it's updating on the main screen either. Huh, well, I'll have to play around with that and see why it's not working. The whole idea of putting the talking head up there, the animated talking head up there, is that's actually a pretty good likeness of me rendered in the game Second Life, which I'm a longtime character in the Second Life game. Um, so I thought it'd be kind of cool to put my Second Life talking head up while I was doing these streams. Um, Hopefully I can work out so that it actually streams the animation of my lips moving, because that was really what I was kind of trying to get at, was the animation of the lips moving. But if that's not going to happen, then it may not be worthy of doing. Still, I'll leave them up here for now. I shall leave Elron up for now. See if there's anything in properties that I can let's try those, see if that makes any difference to. That doesn't seem to have made any difference to the stream either. In fact, I think we're going to get rid of that. See if there's anything that I can do to fix that. I think that this is a busted attempt at, yeah, I think this is a busted attempt at getting my talking head up on the screen. Sadly, I'll have to work on it some more. It's a little surprising to me that people can stream Halo, but I can't stream Second Life. There's got to be a way I can do it. I'll have to work on it, figure it out. I do like now. There's got to be a way to do it. I mean, people stream action games on here all the time, so there's got to be a way to stream a full motion video world like this onto here as well. So I'll have to do a little bit of research and see what we end up with finally. But for the time being, I'm going to take him off since he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. But expect a return from animated Elron. Was having some issues earlier today on my earlier stream with CPU usage. I think I've managed to correct that now by dropping the stream to 20 frames per second. It occurs to me that online animated poker certainly does not need 30 frames per second. It's entirely possible now that I think about it that might be what's causing the issue with my SL Second Life streaming as well. But I wouldn't think it would cause an issue to the point of freezing. I wouldn't think. Maybe I'll have to do some research and see if there's other instances of people casting SL on here and how it's done and what I need to do to get my to get my little animated head up there on the screen for you guys. I'm totally not adverse to putting my real head up on the screen either, and I may end up doing that at some point in in this season or next season. Um, I'm just kind of having fun with the concept of trying to get a talking head up there that's not exactly me as a talking head. I don't object to having a talking head on the screen. I'm just not sure what value it adds to the stream to have my head and face taking up real estate on the screen when really what's we're talking about here is poker and the action on the table. So you certainly need to hear my voice, but I really don't see what value my face um, adds to the mix, frankly. Ooh, this is a pretty hand. We're going to get involved with that. There are no friends on the poker table, so we raise Gilly's bring-ins just like we'd raise anybody else's bring-ins with good hands. That's just the way the poker cookie crumbles. Actually, that's not true. That's a bad way to put it when I say there are no friends on the poker table. That's actually a really bad way to put it. There's no reason why you shouldn't have friends on the poker table, just as long as you understand that when you're at the poker table, you take your friend's money exactly the same way you take a stranger's money. Um, and there is no difference in the way that you would play against a friend than you would play against somebody who's not your friend. That's what there's no friends at the poker table means. Doesn't mean that the people that you play against are ever your friends. It just means that when you sit down at the poker table, the fact that they're your friends does not affect your decisions in the play of the hands. I have had one vote for talking head. I think Hammer, one of my moderators from the UK, has I think voted for having a talking head up on the screen. Um, so we might end up doing it. I'm going to be rearranging my office over the next little while, so it'll be a little easier to do that as well. I think so. Um, I think it'd be cool when I do it to be able to set up some sort of a video screen behind me as well, so that I can run extra stuff on the cam image behind me. I don't know how well that's going to work. Maybe it'll be too small to do that on, but it might be an interesting place to have. Um, I don't know, things like pictures running or something like that. It's hard to say exactly what I'd do with it, but Jason Somerville has his fireplace, so I don't think I'd want to actually do a fireplace since that would be copyright infringement. And Mr. Somerville's lawyers would come around and break my mouse fingers for such a thing. Um, but it'd be kind of cool to come up with some sort of an idea that we could throw up on the screen behind us, or on a screen that's on the wall behind us, and play with it there. We're checking here. We're obviously just on the. I mean, it's just a really crap hand at the end of the day. It's not even a hand. I think it's pair sixes now. What am I on? No, pair fours actually. Woohoo! So we're slightly better than pair sixes, but no, we're not going to win many. No, we're not going to win many Razz hands with that sort of thing. I don't know what the hell's wrong with my lips today. They appear to be they appear to be been rented from a very shoddy operation. It's not maintaining them properly because I am not able to get any proper use out of these lips this evening at all. Just mispronouncing words all over the place. I really am gonna have some strong words with the manager when I return these lips tomorrow and get my own back from the shop. I tell you, you never can trust these people um, with their loner lips when you take your lips in to get serviced. It's just you never know what you're going to get, and I'm sure that these ones have been uh, had some serious mechanical issues with them in the past. 357, we're getting involved with that. That last hand was a bit of a debacle on our part. Well, not really a debacle on our part. The draws that we got were just crap. So it kind of put us in sixth. I think we're going to see a street with this at least. I probably should have raised that. At this point, I think I probably should be raising if I get involved in any pots. I think now that I'm thinking about this, limping there was a bad idea. Um, but we're definitely calling behind here. And we're going to put money in the pot now. We're still going to put money in the pot because we're still ahead. We may not be ahead now, but I think we're still going to put the rest of our chips in. Sucked out on us on 7th Street. That's the story of his tournament. We're gonna hang around and rail Gil for the rest of her time in, I think. Yes, thank you. I don't know. I think I'd really like to get the SL version of me, the Second Life version of me, going now that I've got the idea. Um, I'd really like to get that cranked up and functional. So I'm gonna play around with that over the next few hours and few days and see if I can't get that sorted out, because that would be pretty awesome. That would be pretty awesome. Pretty awesome way to put a talking head up on the screen, I think. Sorry, I'm still playing with Talking Head Elron, and I think Talking Head Elron is still not working. So we will get rid of Talking Head Elron still and pay more attention to the game that's being played at the moment. Miss Gilly's in with Ace 7, 7-5 Ace, looking not too bad against Flim Flammer. It's a pretty close hand at this point. I don't know that the fact that Flim Flammer's checking tells me that he's not terribly strong. I don't know that Gilly needs to check behind there, or I mean needs to value bet there. Obviously, the value bet wasn't something that was going to work for her at that point, but I think checking behind is probably perfectly reasonable, even if you think you've got a reasonably good hand there. It's weird because I can see Talking Head Elron move his lips in the main SL screen, but just whenever I bring it up on here, it never seems to show for some reason. I don't quite know why that is. Gilly showing a 2 here. That's a nice looking start card, obviously. Gilly says might not be long railing or buck up. You can have some hope. You got to get out of the way there, unless you've got two really good cards back there, like a deuce ace. That said, it's worth saying in this game that for two cards, 5-4 is just as valuable as deuce ace is. There's really nothing that makes deuce ace the nuts over 5-4 as two starting hands. Likewise, if you've got 3 deuce ace versus 5-4-3 as your first 3 starting cards, those are exactly the same hand. They both need to draw 2 cards into low hands, and they both I suppose the only difference between those two hands is that if you, for example, draw king queen from those, on the 3 deuce ace hand you're playing king queen 3 deuce ace, and on the other hand you're playing king queen 5-4-3. So it's a slightly weaker king queen. You're really, as far as the nut hand is concerned, you're looking like you're drawing into, um, those hands are functionally equivalent to drawing to the nuts. You need to draw 2 cards, and whether you need to draw the ace deuce or the 4-5, it's the same odds coming out of the deck. So Gilly's chip stack is dwindling a bit. Looks like she's going to make a stand here with the 6. Probably a good place to do it. Good time to do it. Flim Flammers. I'm surprised that Flim Flammer's going. Yeah, and she needs to go all in when she makes that stand. Wow, she's just drawing horribly so far tonight. Nice. No, not nice at the end. That was unfortunate. That was very unfortunate. It really kind of. I think the dealer hated Gilly tonight. Oh well, fun Sunday Razz again for this evening. I'm gonna play around with my Elron Talking Head dealy here, because that's really got me. It's shiny things get me excited these days, and that's a shiny thing that's got me really excited now that I want to get that working. Now that we're going on that. So yeah, I think thank you for hanging out with me tonight. It was a lot of fun, and we'll be back next week for sure. And I'm gonna look for some more games this week, and we'll be back sometime in the coming days. So thanks for joining me here on Anything But HoldEm for the Sunday Razz, and we'll see you again soon. I'm out.